Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Hola. Hello. Welcome to RJH live stream, weekly live stream, Friday, 28th of May, 2021. And what a lovely evening it is. Beautiful last couple of days. What a nice, refreshing change. So welcome if you're not out in your gardens or out on your bikes. Welcome to the live stream where we talk about everything bikes, scooters, mopeds, bikes. Tonight's topic, news night really. So just thinking about something different and introducing a news night. So that is the topic, news night. A couple of subjects which I will cover, which are in the news of late. Okay, so welcome to that. Just a quick reminder to everybody, like the channel, subscribe to the channel, set the reminder on for next week, as next week's live stream is our top 10 sort of popular first big bikes after you pass your practical module 2 test. For those of you that are subscribed to the channel and watch up and down the country and you're going through the training process, next week's video could be helpful to you, where we will talk about the top 10 favorite first bikes given our experience at Motorbike Training School. Been doing it 18 years. So get that out of the way, set that reminder on. So big congratulations to all of our trainees over all 3 sites, and they have been completing CBT tasters, CBTs, Module 1 tests, Module 2 tests. Had an awful lot this week again across all our 3 sites. And we have 3 new trainee instructors that have commenced their training with me. Tomorrow will be day 3. So big congratulations for them, taking that next step into the industry, into giving something back and teaching people. So it has been a busy week, and the weather has been on our side, long overdue. And also a big congratulations to thank those up and down the country that have been messaging and telling us about their passes, and how our YouTube channel and the videos that we've put on have helped them. So a big congratulations to our own trainees, big congratulations to those up and down the country. And the final thank you is to everybody at the bike school, behind the scenes, frontline teaching, everybody, because we are continuing to experience the busiest time in our 18-year history, and we are breaking every record that is available. So Team RJH, that's all I can say. So lots and lots going on. Tonight I'm going to change it slightly, and we're going to sort of max it out for an hour, because 2 hours, I'm doing a little research on live streams, people that do live streams. An hour seems to be a good time frame. I know we've looked at 2 hours, hour and 45 sometimes. So I think we're going to sort of try and look at getting an hour and keep it fresh, an hour. You won't get too fed up of me then, because I have that effect on people and get fed up of me. So that's that. Let's have a look who's joined us. So welcome to, Lisa, Sylvia, welcome, Hooley, Laughing Dog, Darren S, good evening, Donna G, good evening, Dave Smith, hello Dave, Mr. Junior 786, hi everyone, Darren S, all crystal clear here, yeah, I've got the best going, good internet connection this end, Everything is all mod con, so don't think it's freezing our end, Dave. What a week. I'm not a happy camper tonight. Tell us more, fella. What is going on? Evening once again, mod 1 in 3 weeks. Buzzing to get back on the road. Hope all is good. All the best. DR, Doctor. So, Doctor, get on this channel. Look back at the live feeds where I have discussed Module 1 in great detail. Module 1, every single exercise, all the faults. Get on that live and, you can do it. We've had Module 1 passes today, Module 2 passes. Keep positive. Any area of weakness that you feel you have, get a bit more lesson in, get a bit more training in. Don't waste the attempt because you're going to wait to get another test. So if you've got a test, make sure it counts, okay? That's my advice. Any doubt, any weakness, get it sorted, get a bit of training, and get that pass first time. You cannot beat it. Donna, is the road crumbling, slipping lower and lower on the screen? Is it? Oh, well, leave that alone, Donna. Yeah, it's not... it's might be a little earthquake going on. I'm not too bothered about that. Mandy H, hi. Now, Mandy H is a new viewer. Not seen you before, Mandy. On the channel, the i20. I'm so happy today as I got my gear through today and helmet yesterday, so I need to wait for provisional in and get booked in for training. Good bit of preparation there, mate. What I'd say is, if you've got new gear. If you bought new gear off the internet and you're waiting for it to come and you've got your training day, get it worn, wear it, get it broken in. Don't sort of just take it out of the bag and wear it first day of training because it's all going to be, it's not going to. So wear it. If you've got a dog, go for a walk with your dog. I know it might look funny, you get funny good looks, but get and wear it round the house. Get it broken in. Claire Bear, good. Hi, Mandy. Claire Bear, hi, Sylvia. Been riding 6 years, hopefully a pass. I've been following the channel for a while. If I was local, I would have booked in with you guys from Kent, unfortunately. Well, listen, there's good schools in Kent, but help. If the videos help, use it with your trainers down there, and you can get it done. Ordered 3 items online, got one today. It's printed wrong. Another item for oh dear. Books next day for PayPal payment, then claim that. Oh dear. Put it clear there. Sylvia, how are you, Claire? Have you made the cake? Yes. Yeah. Wigan, our birthday in Wigan. Tell us more, Sylvia. Coming up, isn't it? Birthday. Avoid bikeware direct in Nottingham. Geez, Nottingham. Yeah. Anyway, so what's in the news then? What can I tell you about our news? So I've got a new little toy, the Honda CB500X, and what a fun bike it is. And, true to form, little spitting with rain today, so I left it in the container. I didn't want to get it out, didn't want to get it wet. I got it out this morning, it was nice and dry and sunny, but a little spot in the rain, so I stuck it in the container, so it's not coming out in the rain yet. So anyway, that's just me. I'm sure I'll give it a week or two, it'll come out in all weathers. But Honda CB500X, got the Honda top box on the top, got the white one, and what a lovely little bike. Supplied by Hunts in Burnage, Manchester. Probably one of the biggest Honda dealerships in the UK. Do a lot of mail order, buy online, they deliver it up and down the country all the time. But just seemed to get the right price, just dropped on it, brand new. Had to wait, 2 months, but worth the wait, delivered it. Graham's got one. We've got a couple of them for instructors, but I thought I'll have one. And economical, a big range on the tank. So looking forward to that Honda CB500X. What else is in the news then? So we've just promoted it again that we are actively looking for a new school in South Manchester. And those that have known us for a while and know about us, we started in Congleton 2002-03. left there 2009. The nearest to Congress now we're over in Northwich. So we've got the 3 schools running very, very well now. Just want a 4th one to complement that Northwest. South Manchester, I'm looking for somewhere in Cheadle, Stockport, Macclesfield, Didsbury, all around that area. And it doesn't have to be a bike dealership. We will look at a freestanding. We've got a mixture of schools on dealerships and a mixture of freestanding. So either one, but South Manchester. So any of our viewers in South Manchester that would know of anything suitable, then please come forward. Please come forward. So we are actively looking for a new school in South Manchester. So those are the 2 sort of big pieces of news at RJH camp. So I'm waiting for 18 months to get moving on DAS. I'm now finally ready to get moving. We'll be booking with you guys very soon. Martin. So, Martin, yeah, everybody's been, backlog over the last 12 months. It's been very difficult. If you've been waiting 18 months, then it's not just because of COVID that you're waiting. But what I would say is if you're thinking of booking in soon, book in advance. We're pretty much now sold out till July. And yes, we can still get pupils in here and there. So, but tests are all allocated. So anybody now new coming in, you're looking at July. And we've not really had this situation in our 18-year history. There's a combination of manpower. We could do more instructors. So we've got the second workshop post lockdown 3, introducing more instructors into the business. And the other obstacle is tests. So we're getting as many tests as we can, but we're looking now on into July, 10 weeks. You're looking at that far ahead. Very fortunate position to be in, but a position that we haven't really experienced in 18 years since we've started. My advice, if you want to get booked in with us sooner rather than later, because we have got a bit of a delay there. All right. Cammy Hayward, that's another new one. So we've got 2 new ones on here, have they? There's one bit further up. Who was that? We've got Cammy Hayward. Got my Mod 1 and Mod 2 next week. Any advice? Subscribe to the channel, Cammy. This particular playlist, which is the live stream playlist, go back a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, go back the last couple of months on the live streams, and you will see us talking about a subject, Module 1 and Module 2 on different weeks. Everything about Module 1, everything about Module 2. So watch those. Also, there are playlists that we've got of Module 1 training, all the exercises, Module 2 training, all the exercises. So we've got a lot of help on this channel, but I would suspect you're doing your training. So where are you doing your training? Combine our videos with your training and, get that Module 1 passed. You will not do your Module 2 without the Module 1. So if you've got the Module 2 within 4 days, 3 or 4 days of your Module 1, you're going to struggle to do it. So make sure you get that Module 1 passed. Yes, Dave, you can pop over. Just give us a message, give us an email if you're in Blackpool. Blackpool's about an hour from us. So, yeah, give us a call, mate. We will make sure that you are made welcome. Come down to Eccles. You can come down to Northwich, J&S at Northwich, either one. Let us know a date. Let us know a rough time. We'll sort something out, Dave, and catch up. So Wigan, you can go. Wigan is probably the closest to Blackpool, but Eccles not a far. Yeah, so any of them, we're all not too far away. Has the stream started yet? Philip, I'm here. The stream has started. So quite a lot of activity on here. Darren, yes, Philip, press play and refresh the window. Ah, right, that's a good little tip, isn't it? Silver, no Claire, I can't wait. See you at RDH Wigan. Are you coming on your revel with Harry? If so, drop the cake off before at J&S Accessories. The problem is, Claire, if you drop that cake off at J&S Accessories and Graham goes over, there is not going to be any cake left. I had one DAS trainee came all the way to us from St Helens today, Manchester, back over to St Helens, Mod 2, passed his Mod 2 first time, Ken. First thing he does when he comes, now this is a little tip for you, first thing he does when he comes in, and he's got 2 packets of chocolate, I think, digestives or hobnobs, chocolate digestives or hobnobs for Graham. So you've got to keep Graham sweet. These hobnobs. So anybody coming, anybody watching, get those chocolate biscuits in for Graham. Okay, Gov, I'll email you, and it's Charlie. I'm waiting to meet. Yeah, Charlie is. Yeah, he will be. Well, we can make sure that Charlie is where you're visiting. How's that? That's what we can do for Dave Smith, because Dave Smith is one of our biggest fans. He is one of our RJH's biggest fans, along with Darren. Well, there's a few. I'm not saying none of you aren't, but Dave is a very big follower of ours. So that's all that stuff out the way. And I think that's pretty good. As I said, do set that reminder on for next week, because we've got our top 10 first big bikes for you ladies and gents that are passing your module 2 practical test. And as I've said previously many times, that one of the most popular questions that somebody asks us is, what first bike should I get? And I've got lots of top tips that may help you decide how you want to choose what bike is going to be right for you. Okay, so do set that reminder. It is going to be a good one. I'm putting a lot of homework into this one, because it's a very common question that we are asked. So I think that's all of that stuff out the way. The Honda CB5X 500X that I've got for myself, Graham's got one, a few of us have got them, but they're A2 friendly and they're amazing and they're fun bike. So they're A2 friendly. And going back to that most popular, probably one of the most popular questions that somebody asks us when they're training about the first big bike, what first big bike should I get? Another popular question is, because we don't just train people to pass the test. We get to know the trainees, and you get an idea, and where do you live, what are you getting into it for, what are you getting into biking for, what bike are you going to get. And one thing that comes up very, very often is bike security. So bike security seems to come up in a big way. So what I want is you, ladies and gents, commenting away about what your experiences are and what you have experienced regarding bike security. Have you been subject to? Do you know somebody that has been? So I think it's fair to say most of us have either had a bike stolen or an attempted stealing of a bike, or indeed we would know somebody that has had a bike stolen. So sort of three things there: attempted stealing of your bike, a bike stolen, or know somebody. What I'm unfortunately able to say, I'm not saying fortunately, but I am unfortunately able to say that I have been subject to all three. So I have had a bike stolen. I have had bikes stolen over the years. I have had a bike attempted to be stolen. And I know people that have had bikes stolen. So quite a lot there. And one of the, if you sort of read the magazines, the weekly magazines or the monthly magazines, or whether that be sort of paper editions or glossy ones, or whether you're watching any sort of news feeds on the internet and stuff, bike theft, bike security is big, big business. So we'll have a little bit of a discussion on that, and we'll see where it goes. Okay, we'll see where it goes. So what have we got? Who's contributed there? Right, so you're open for a 2000X Honda C600 CBRF, and when I can get it, yeah. Well, listen, the bike market is very, very buoyant at the moment. The only tip I'd say, I suppose, is, if you see something, be quick, because they're going. People are selling them. The used bike market is very buoyant at the moment, and new bike sales, sometimes it's hard to even get a bike. I had to wait about 7 or 8 weeks for this one, but I got it. Would like to get my motorcycle license, but my parents won't let me. Well, listen, Adam, that was me when I was about 16. My parents wouldn't let me. So, that is something you've just got to, persuade them or whatever, but that's something I can't really help you with, I'm afraid, because I was there. I was in that position. Miguelo, dear, spot on, Rob. Anything over 18 is a heat wave at the moment. Yes, beautiful here. It has been beautiful. The last couple of days has been stunning. And wow, so got my jeans back out, got my summer gear back out. It has been lovely the last couple of days. So long may it continue. I think the forecast is that we're going to get a bit of a heat wave at the moment. So I'm getting 2 chains and a tracker for the bike and a small lock for when I am out. I-20, right? Yeah, good. So, I mean, what I've got, sort of looking in the news subjects in the last sort of week, is a sort of a top security kit guide, if you like. But the most common ones we've got here are disc locks. So we all know the disc lock that you can put on the disc, and it stops the wheel going round. So it's a visual deterrent. And then you can get those little twiddly things that you bring up and put on the handlebar, so that it reminds you, because how many times have we all heard that you ride off on your bike, or try and ride off on your bike with the disc lock on the disc, and then you damage the disc, the forks, the wheel, because you thought it was on there. But yeah, disc locks are really, really good. It's probably one of the most popular deterrents. Then you've got your chain and locks, which again, visual chain and locks. The thicker the chain, the harder they are to cut, and the different materials of them, they can be harder to cut. So They are really, really good. And the trackers, i20, the trackers. So that, I think, is becoming a must, is a tracker. And another security are sort of, if your bike's in the garage, is some sort of bars, some scaffold bars, that type of security that will prevent the bikes being able to be taken out, because it's just another obstacle. So what you've got there, the i20, if you're looking at a couple of chains, if you're looking at a tracker, and you're looking at a disc lock, you know, there's a lot of deterrent there. And even if they end up taking it, at least you've got the tracker so you can locate it. So just make sure the tracker is not visible, okay? Because that's another thing. So yeah, a bit of a guide, if you like, on security on bikes, and so we're going to have a little bit of a chat on that. So Laughing Dog, get new parents. Yeah, listen, if that was an option. Dave Smith, whatever you do, don't buy a Monimoto tracker. They have an overseas SIM, and if it goes off randomly, even when bike's locked in the garage. So yeah, the leading, from my understanding, the leading tracker would be a company called Bike Track. That's from my, I think they're going about 10 years. I see them. They've got a fantastic Facebook page, and on the Facebook page, you know, they post on, you know, when the bike has been recovered and when it had been taken. They have a good sort of recovery rate. And it's a company called Bike Track. You know, it's 24/7 cover, and even if the police are not able to attend, they've got a team, what they call a theft response team. So, you know, if your bike does go, there's a really good chance that you're going to get it back. And that is a company called Bike Track. GPS tracking and RF tracking, which is a feature that allows you to pinpoint your motorcycle and get the police involved. There's an app on your phone and all these sort of handy sort of additions with it, if you like. So the ham, you have a Benelli 502 tracker, came with a tracker. Great, if your bike comes with a tracker, fantastic, win-win chicken dinner, isn't it? You're not going to be forking out any more money, which is what we all like. Put that money towards something else. Michello spent a lot of time, a lot of effort on building a very secure bike shed. Great. Hope I'm not breaking any rules by mentioning I've shown a build of it on my YouTube channel. Well, yeah, I mean, this is the trouble that you know, one of my USPs, I believe, in my business is that we do a lot of videos of you know, what we do, what we've got, so bike fleets, you know, this sort of thing. And there are those people out there that are, you know, looking at it and thinking of opportunities of coming and taking your stuff. So what's the answer? You just no. But I think in today's society where everything is sort of visual, video and pictures, social media, it's very hard not to. But I always think that no matter what effort you put into securing your bike, my personal opinion, for what it's worth, my personal opinion, If somebody wants your bike, they will take your bike. So the answer then is, what you need is to know where your bike has gone. And that's where the tracker comes in. I think one of the essentials today, in today's society, is a tracker. And I would say the better the trackers, then it's going to be you getting your bike back. Historically, I mean, I've had a BMW GS 1250 Black Edition go. I've had one stolen, £14,000 bike from home. Never seen it, never heard from it again. Where do these bikes go? So where do these bikes go? That went for me 2014. So in 2014, my 2-year-old BMW GS 1250 Adventure went from the house, £14,000 bike, gone, never to be seen again. Yeah, so I've had bike theft personally. I've had bikes stolen at work. I've had a whole container of bikes go, big bikes. That was in 2012 when the law changed and the old direct access bike of a 500cc had to go up to a 595cc. So all the bike stores were buying new 650s. I had 5 stolen. 5 stolen. And I know a lot of people that have bikes stolen. So I think if they want it, or them, if they want a bike, if they want bikes, they will take them. It's a serious business. It is a serious business. People making a lot of money from bike theft. Your hard-earned bike, and people think they can come and take it. So trackers. Let's have a look. Adam, 26, been driving for 8 years. No one in the family rides bikes, so tough to convince. First time attending a live stream, came across this channel when looking into CBT information. Well, yeah, it's a lot of information on Adam. I mean, listen, I don't know what you can do with your parents, with your family. You know, you're 26, so you're one of the you are one of the groups that would be more vulnerable. But it's your common sense. There's many reasons why you wouldn't want to ride a bike, but there are many reasons you would want to ride a bike. And I can tell you now, you don't get much better than riding a bike. It's if you get the right training, if you got the right attitude, and you can have a really long career in bikes. So next year next year will be 50 years for me when I first rode a motorbike. And I rode motorbikes in the summer of 1972. But as time went on, my parents would not let me have a bike on the road. So I was always in and out of them. But as in and out, on and off, riding them when I could and so on. But yeah, you've just got to do what you do. You know your parents best. You know your family best. You know how you can get out of them what you want. Don't give up, Adam. That is all I would say. Bike track are the best. 90% plus recovery rate. Yes, Darren, they are. And they are Thatcher approved, accredited, and all that sort of thing. And it's one of the top sort of reputable. Yeah, I mean 90% recovery rate. Then that says it all, doesn't it? That says it all. And they're also endorsed by most of the big players: Kawasaki, Ducati, CCM. They're endorsed, so they know what they're doing. They will, yeah. Any security that is sort of accredited with different associations will contribute to a better rate of insurance. Looking at buying my first bike, but I don't have a garage. Any recommendation at what I could buy to store a bike in safely? Yeah, I mean, there are little portable bike garages, steel cages and things like that. A little bit more fixed and ground anchors if you're outside. There's covers. You certainly need some form of cover because you will be subject to the elements. But there are various companies that do portable sort of secure little garages to put them in. But yeah, certainly get it covered up. Try and get it out of sight. So if it's outside round the back or whatever, and yeah, get security, whether that be a tracker. Yeah, definitely invest in. Yeah, got to. Yeah, I mean, so historically, where do these bikes go? So like when mine went, where does it go? And you're talking to different people, different in different fields of life and so on. And the sort of general opinion is that your bike goes down south, gets into a steel container, and it's shipped off somewhere abroad. And from what I can gather now, certainly post the Brexit, that is becoming more and more difficult. Not saying it's not going on, because I'm sure it is, but it's becoming more and more difficult. So where do these bikes go? Well, occasionally you go down the road and you'll see one burnt out in a field, but that's not everywhere. I mean, bike theft is huge. You see it on social media every day. A bike's being stolen. So where do they go? They, get involved in crime. But a lot of it is, I think, being taken away into a chop and whatever garage, cut up or pulled apart, and pieces being sold on eBay and all that sort of stuff. There's a lot going on. And of course, if you've not got the tracker, you're going to get your bike and it's gone. It's not got any security. It's not, you might have the anchor or the chain, but gone. You don't know. And it's big business of get the tracker. Bike tracker. So yeah, that's one of them. So going through the bit of information I've got here, there's different brands. Another good one. Does anybody got any good? Oxford, isn't it? Oxford do quite a lot of security. Thatcham Reacher Centre is about 10 minutes from my place. Fantastic. So yeah. Hey, there's a new one. Evening, Sub-Officer Graham. Graham, have you been demoted? Sub-Officer. The eyes dislike large chain, unlock one at home and a cover. Being honest, any security is a deterrent, and the more the better. Absolutely is, Darren. Yeah, anything visual deterrent is absolutely going to make them think twice. But then you want to really get that tracker combined with them. So it's quite a big subject, security, in the news. Not just this last week, it just happens to be in this last week, but I think generally ongoing security is another one of those things that come up quite a lot. Now I saw that the bike track brought out another. Let me see if I can find it. So there's not just the trackers that they're involved in. I saw they brought something else, and it's what is called, they're calling it a bike track grab bag. About 150 quid. It's a handy grab bag which works really well for riders who want a decent visual deterrent and good versatility. It's a well-wrapped 1.4 meter chain using 10mm links. So it's relatively lightweight and flexible, and is secured with an ABUS-made D-lock that works either as a padlock or a disc lock, or both at the same time. It means you can chain and immobilize your bike with ease if there's nothing to lock it to. So Bike Track not only are doing the what do you call it? I've forgotten what it's called, but they are doing also a grab bag. They're not only doing the trackers, they're also doing a Bike Track grab bag. So that's worth looking into. And the other one, I said Oxford. So securing your bike with an Oxford product. Now, somebody was saying about outside. So Oxford's known not only for security, but Oxford's are also known for their covers. And they do different size covers for different size bikes, just to keep that bike protected from the elements and to keep it out of sight. Keep it out of sight will help. Any other products? Oxford is what I use. Yeah, is it worth getting a tracker if the bike is worth like 2k? Well, if you've not had a bike stolen, £2,000 for a bike is a lot of money. £2,000 is a lot of money. If you've not had a bike stolen, I cannot emphasize the stress. I cannot emphasize the inconvenience, the stress, and the anger and the frustration. There's so many mixed emotions when you have your bike stolen. So I can't even, the only answer to that is it worth getting a tracker on £2,000 bike? 100%. 100%. You've worked hard for that £2,000 bike. So yes, it is worth it. Oxford, what I used: alarmed boss disc lock, Nemesis 60mm chain lock, as well as a light lock when out and about. You've got it sorted there, Darren. The light lock Moto 108. Yes. Portable security. Yeah. Serious portable security, it's quoted as. Great in the garage, but really comes into its own when you're on the move. So yes, you've got it sorted there, Darren. Love the disc lock, easy to pop in a tank bag and take with you. Yeah, we have had an excellent week with test results. Not only test results, but tasters, CBTs, module 1s, module 2s. We have had a fantastic week. I can't tell you how many people are taking advantage of our free 2-hour tasters when they purchase a beginner's combo course. So they're getting 2 hours free before their CBT. An absolutely fantastic week, Graham. Breaking every record that is going. Breaking every record that is going. Darren, Jerry Graham. Sorry I was late, Ian. Not a problem, Ian. Nice of you to join us. Laughing Dog, bike cover can help as it can help as a deterrent. So the bike cover not only helps as a deterrent, but it helps to keep your bike, free from the elements, the rain, the elements. Definitely Laughing Dog. Bike Track is how you spell it. Yes. I don't know. I'll be getting a tracker for my first one, which is a price at 2k bike. Yeah. Sensible. Ace Act Tracker. Act Tracker. Yeah. So Graham has a tracker on his bike. Yeah. Oh, yeah. On the BMW, it comes with it, I think, doesn't it? But Graham had on his old bike a tracker from somebody that did his training with us. Maybe Graham will remember. Local guy, local company. Second-hand bike, mate. Yeah, always secure to something solid like a lamppost. Bike, low income, so need it to be looked after. So if you need it to be looked after, if you're on low income, spending second-hand bike, £2,000. How inconvenient is it going to be for you to lose your bike? How inconvenient? Get a tracker. get a tracker. Ian Wellington, the live stream is working wonderfully. So the quality is good, Ian. The sound is good. So one thing I forgot to mention on the last one, I was testing this live stream. So yeah, we've got the new Apple Mac Pro best processor, apparently. I've got the external webcam, but I'm actually running the sound, the mic, through the external webcam. So there's no camera being used on the computer. There's no mic being used on the computer. It's all external. So hopefully that will be, better. What else on security then? What else in security? Anyone here from Wiltshire? I was down that part of the world last weekend, last Friday, because I was on a secret location. I was in a secret location, having a vacation, as you all know, last Friday. And yeah, I wasn't prepared for the live show. I wanted to do it anyway, but I wasn't prepared for it. I was in a hotel. And I was actually in a lovely hotel room with a view. It was a stunning hotel. And Ian, it was in Farringdon. It was in Farringdon because my middle boy lives in Farringdon. And my eldest boy has just moved recently. I can't even think where it is, but it's about 7 miles from Farringdon. I'll think of it in a minute. It begins with C. So yeah, I stayed in Farringdon. Lovely hotel in Farringdon, and that was my room with a view. Graham he's got his SOS, which is a fantastic. What are your views on Cordex motorbike, motorcycle trail high vis, reflective, waterproof, thermal armored bike? So yeah, well, they sound good. I will always now favour, on and off over the years, but I would always now favour the Gore-Tex. So certainly when I'm out in all weathers. And I've worn the Rucker for a number of years, but the latest pair of Rucker trousers are spot on. So what else have we got then? Now, somebody mentioned about a Melenco security device. Melenco. Well, Melenco do a lock and chain, one of the biggest chain sets you can buy. So this is allegedly the Melenco Snafel 2-meter lock and chain. One of the biggest chains on the market. So check that one out. Certified solid secure diamond standard. It'll resist a sustained 90-second angle grinder attack. So that's a minute and a half. So if you're at home, you'd hear that, I would think. Even the lock keys are stainless steel. The chain is fully wrapped to offer some protection to painted surfaces. If used with a ground anchor, make sure it has big enough aperture to cope. So that is the Melenco Snafel 2-meter lock hand chain. Looks quite a good one. Here's an interesting little one as well. I'm not as rich as Rob, so I love my laminated Reacher suit, not quite a Rucker. Well, listen, they are nice, Darren. I've seen them. They are very, very nice. So this is a cool little one, if anybody's got any experience of this one. It's a Zovi, and it combines a physical deterrent but it also has a Wi-Fi connectivity. The lock is supplied with a little device that enables the lock to communicate with your home network, which then pushes information to an app on your phone. Zovi ZCL10 sounds a bit complicated for me, but that might be worth. Alarm is a proper ear bleeder too, so it goes off obviously very loud. A Zovi ZCL10. Now, this is another one, a Moto. Who's heard of the Moto tracker? Quite a good price. Traced with the tracker. Useful. Moto. Not really heard of that one myself. So buy it and you get 2 months of SIM coverage, part of the deal at the moment. You're looking at £2.70 a month for a SIM. Yeah, so again, pretty standard a tracker. Moto. Bike Track is the name, and it is a about £300, probably the top end. Data Tool Stealth 350. Retrieve Tracker 250. So actually, Bike Track's probably not the most expensive, but it's the name that most people will have heard of. Autocom, they're doing something. Don't fancy hardware tracker. This is worth a look. The Autocom, there are no annual subscriptions, just buy the unit. It does rely on an inserted SIM. So you need an inserted SIM to allow it to communicate with you. So you still cost there, but that is the Autocom GPS tracker. It's another big name, Autocom. So I would think the Bike Track for me is a favourable. Autocom might be worth looking at. Darren S. Monimoto, great price, but not approved by Thatcham. And Dave Smith was saying issues with the SIM card. He did say that, yes. So that's the Monimoto. But yeah, lower end price as well. No wires, no faff, just fit it in, pair it up and go. But teething problems with that one. So yeah, good. The other news sort of I was going to be discussing is the electric vehicles, because that's another one that's really growing on the two-wheeled market, the EVs. And as some of you that watch the channel will know, we introduced some EVs probably about 5 weeks ago now, and they were the sort of Keyway autos, the equivalent for a 50cc scooter. And to be honest with you, I've not done a review on them yet. I am going to do a review. I've been waiting for a bit of nice weather, and I've been waiting for a bit of time that I can actually take out of training and get down with the camera and do a bit of a review. And I want to do one on the CB500 as well. So hopefully over the next few weeks, there will be some reviews coming through of the Keyway electric scooters that we use and the Honda. So, look forward to getting them. But the electric two-wheeled market is growing, and it's not as sort of in the spotlight as much as the cars, because the bikes, there isn't a date that they need to be sort of introduced by like the cars. So the bikes, it is growing, it's becoming more and more popular, and it is in the news at the moment, the two-wheeled electric vehicles. So need to be doing a little bit more, I think, homework before I start sort of talking about it, because my knowledge is not as great. But what I would say is that you've got the big players, so the big brands, the Hondas and the Kawasaki's and all the Japanese bikes that we use, regularly in the school because of the reliability. There's none of them really have anything that's coming. I think they're all talking about it and looking at it, and that is in their sort of projections, but there's nothing at the moment that they are offering. And the one that's sort of out, I suppose, big one, is the Harley Davidson Livewire. I think that one's been out, hasn't it? A few reviews around about that. So they are all talking about it. And Triumph, I think, have got a prototype, although there's nothing available at the moment. They've got a prototype. But I'm going to do a bit more research. There's quite a few names out there that are becoming more and more, aware. So you've got the Zero. They're a popular one at the moment, and I keep seeing that name coming up. So have any of you got any experience with that brand? Another one which I've just made contact with, and I'm looking at, we're just arranging a meetup, and that is the Super Soco. And the Super Soco is one that I'm going to investigate. Zero I've not had a look at, although I think I might do. And Nui, there is a NIU, they're a name that's cropping up. So a little bit more homework. As I say, the only one sort of the big name that we all sort of know at the moment that's got one out is the Harley Davidson. So I'm sort of running out of time really, because I'm going to do an hour tonight. We'll do a bit more research on the electric ones, and maybe we'll do a live stream just on electric ones. So 28k miles, pretty good for 20 run. Yeah, very good. 28,000 miles in 21 years is very good. Depends on the bike. It's not quite the same. Not a great price, but not approved by that. Mine is under they are a pile of crap. What's that, Dave? What is a pile of crap? My first car, if I ever get a bike for something. What do you think of the air vests for motorcyclists? Very good, Toby. Air vests, yeah, very good. Yeah, Darren S., I think electric bikes were better in a few years. The distance is still the issue. Yeah, I mean, I will do a review on the ones that we've got, but a battery in the bikes that we've got will not last for the CBT. So there's two modes. There's an eco mode and a power mode. So we use the eco mode on the yard for the CBT with a fully charged battery. But then before we go on the road for 2 hours, we're changing the battery. We've got spare batteries. So that is and when you're working in a busy training school, this is all additional distractions. If it was a bike that you were just using to go to work and come home, it might be a different thing. But for training, it's interfering with an instructor and pupils. You're on a time frame. You don't want to be faffing around changing batteries. So batteries are an issue. The others that I've got looking at, the batteries apparently. Yeah, not brilliant, but you're getting about 40 miles out of them. The Super Soco, you're getting 30 to 40 miles per battery. Well, you think 30 or 40 miles, but on a CVT, a good CVT run, you can do that on a CVT run. So battery life, Darren, for us is a big issue. But I do think, so if you look over the next decade, it's growing now. It will continue to grow. But I would certainly say in the next 5 to 10 years, I think if we're not getting behind it as a bike school, which we are getting behind it, if we don't get behind it, we're going to get left behind. So it is a way forward, or a way forward. It is the way forward, and we are sort of embracing it. So, yeah, a bit more there on security. Fingers crossed, Honda, KTM, etc. All sorts of standardized battery going forward. I would pay a monthly fee to support a decent petrol station infrastructure if it was viable. Agree, 5 to 10 years. Yeah. So the electric ones are coming. 10 things that you should know about electrics. Because the ones that we use at the training centre, we can take the battery out and just plug it into the normal electricity plugs. But so what you're going to electrics, just as somebody doing a bit of a review on 10 things that you should know that had a electric bike for a period of time. Charging point, finding apps like Zap Map are essential. So if you are out and about on a journey, knowing where you can go and get them charged up. You need to plan your routes a bit more and your times a little bit. So a bit more planning on your journeys. Which, great, but if you just want to get out and hit the open road and you don't want to be thinking about, that might be a different sort of challenges. Spending less on fuel but more on overpriced lukewarm coffee. Yeah, that's a good point. Whilst you're waiting for your battery to be charged. Be prepared for people to ask you lots of questions. Yeah, so there are those people that will come up and start asking. Most charge points are contactless, so no need for separate provider accounts. Maximum range isn't actually your maximum range. You'll need a 15% buffer just in case you struggle to find a charger. Yeah, I would think there's going to be a lot of stranded bikes that need charging. You could do a track day at Silverstone when their on-site rapid charger gets fixed. Brands is a circuit with the nearest off-site rapid charger, so rapid charger. There are lots of rapid chargers out there, but also lots that are broken. That's interesting. That's no good. With electric bikes as good as normal, feeling as a Livewire, you will very quickly get used to living with EVs. That's just something that's on the Harley. And I think another big thing is how quiet they are. So, yeah, there are a lot of pros and cons. I do think it's very early for us to be thinking of changing to an electric fleet, but introducing more. Currently, we are at 10%. So we're doing our bit. We're just waiting for the reliability and the battery range to improve. Okay. So we're coming up then. That's about an hour. So I'm going to be winding down now and wishing you all farewell. Let's just see what else is going on here. What do you think about it? I think electric bikes will be better in a few more years. The distance is still the distance is for most people, I think, Darren. Fingers crossed. Is there anything in the pipeline about hybrid bikes or a bit of a pointless exercise? No, not that I'm aware of. No, I don't think it's a pointless, but no. All that I know of is at the moment is the traditional combustion and the new electric. I don't know of anything on a bike that is a hybrid, but I might be wrong. I don't know everything. So anyway, ladies and gents, it's been fun. It's been enjoyable. Thank you for joining. Click that reminder button for next week's live stream, which is discussing the most popular first big bikes after passing your motorbike test. So anyway, enough of that. It was a bit of a different one again this evening, a bit of an open one, but I thank you all for joining. Hope you've enjoyed it. I will catch up with you again next week. And so, yeah, bye for now.